Here is the part of the story you don't know. The driver told the Scivophalax that Starkey was killed because of an ostracon he had just unearthed. "I'm not sure I understand," Graham said. He discovered almost 20 ostraca. But Starkey kept the last ostracon secret. Father Nicolaus paused, emphasizing the words with silence. The excavators in the camp knew he had discovered it, but he refused to show it to anyone. Why not? The driver did not know. But there were rumors in the camp before he died. Apparently, it mentioned something about Mount Sinai. Graham squinted in bewilderment. Why would a military communique concerning a battle at Lachish mention Mount Sinai? Father Nicolaus fanned his hands, showing his palms empty in an almost liturgical gesture. "Like you, I am at a loss. I was told the driver did not know why the mention would be a secret or controversial. What shocked him was that there were Arabs who would kill because of it and wanted to destroy it. But what seemed to bother this man the most was that Starkey knew his killers. He had befriended them earlier in the dig. That doesn't make any sense from the stories I read. If they knew who Starkey was, why did the reports say it was because they thought he was Jewish? According to the driver, after they were stopped at gunpoint, he kept yelling that his passenger was Starkey. He insisted that they knew precisely who he was. That means that someone besides Starkey had to know what was written on it if others were willing to kill for it. He looked up in thought, then focused on Father Nicolaus again. But there was another problem, Father Nicolaus continued. The killers did not find the ostracon on Starkey. The driver thought that if Starkey had given it to them, he may have been allowed to live since it hadn't been published, let alone announced. Without the ostracon, the only way to ensure it remained unknown was to intimidate anyone who knew about it by murdering its finder. "Wait," Graham said, holding up a hand. "I don't understand why the driver cared so much about all this." Because this man, the driver, had the ostracon. Father Nicolaus paused again. Starkey apparently handed it to him when they were being stopped by the bandits. Why would he do that? The driver wondered the same thing, but he said he thought they didn't search him because he was an Arab. They pulled Starkey from the car and told the driver to keep going. Actually, they forced him to drive away at gunpoint. And they didn't say what they wanted? The driver heard the bandits demand the ostracon as he left, but he watched what happened next in his mirrors. They made Starkey follow the car, then the leader raised his gun and shot him in the back twice. They left him for dead. The driver sped to Hebron, brought the police back, and found the body still lying where it had fallen. All his pockets had been turned out. The driver thought if anyone discovered he had the ostracon, he would be in danger as well, so he kept it a secret. But he never knew why it was important. To the few people who knew it existed, the ostracon simply disappeared. No one at the Rockefeller Museum knew anything about it? Graham asked. Maybe he was going to announce it at the opening and add another item to the collection. Father Nicolaus shrugged. Perhaps, but if that was the case, it seems that he did not tell anyone. There is no indication anyone at the museum knew it was missing. All I can tell you is that after the murder, the Arabs looted the excavation site. The driver thought they were looking for something specific, and when they didn't find it, he thought they might start to look for him. He wanted to rid himself of it, but he knew it was important. So he brought it to the safest place he could think of, St. Catherine's. It is, after all, at Mount Sinai. He thought if there was anything to the rumor, then the monks here would recognize its significance. And it would be safe from the Arabs because an order of protection had been placed on the monastery by the Prophet Muhammad himself.